Yo, what's going on guys, it's Cynical and welcome back to another Kingdom Hearts 3 news and information video. Today for you guys, got some news and information on DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3 and on top of that, world reveals. As of right now, there is quite literally waterfalls of news and information flowing around Kingdom Hearts 3. Tetsuya Nomura has been involved in a lot of different interviews, which is always very exciting. It gives them a chance to kind of sit down and talk to someone to discuss further information about certain areas of the game itself. So recently, Tetsuya Nomura sat down with the group at D23 to talk about DLC and world reveals, and we've got some pretty interesting information right here. So first things first, let's start off with the most important piece, and that is world reveals. So this is what he said: I don't think we'll be keeping any worlds secret until the game is released. I think we'll be introducing them leading up to the launch, he said. Nowadays, games can add content on after the fact through DLC content, so there's no need to hide any worlds. So that right there is some pretty big information from the big man himself. He's essentially saying that they do have plans to reveal all of the worlds for Kingdom Hearts 3, as of course we get closer and closer to the release of the game. Now, I was actually thinking along the lines that Square Enix would actually, you know, save a few of the worlds and keep those worlds unknown, so that when players actually play Kingdom Hearts 3 for themselves, and eventually come across those worlds that never got any sort of, you know, advertisement before the game's release, then of course there'd be that surprise factor, which obviously is something that a lot of us probably want. When it comes down to it, I feel like we don't want to know absolutely everything about Kingdom Hearts 3 in terms of the different worlds that we're going to be exploring. Obviously, that's a huge aspect of the game, but then you guys have to kind of think about it. If Square Enix actually, you know, keep a certain amount of Disney worlds unknown and don't actually promote them, then that is potential PR that Square Enix are losing out on. Disney itself is a massive franchise, and the more that they can actually advertise around Disney to do with Kingdom Hearts 3, I believe the better. Each Disney world that gets revealed for Kingdom Hearts 3 is massive promotion for the game itself. Just look at the reception from Toy Story being a world in the game. The Toy Story trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3 has been trending quite a bit recently, and that's definitely for good reason. So you can imagine that Square Enix wants to show off as many Disney properties as they can, meaning that we'll most likely know all of the different Disney worlds that will be in Kingdom Hearts 3 by the time the game releases. Now, personally, my one hope for this is if they're going to go along with this plan with obviously advertising all of the different worlds that will be in Kingdom Hearts 3, I only hope that from here on in, they only show very small portions of these worlds. The reason why I say this is, as of right now, I feel like I've seen so much of the Hercules world. I really do feel like I've seen a little bit too much. And to be fair, it's kind of hard to complain about this because just like the next guy, I mean, I want to see more and more and more Kingdom Hearts 3 every single day. So yeah, when we're getting more and more footage of a particular world, it's a good thing. But then again, it's kind of a bad thing in a sense because we don't want to be completely spoiled for when we go to play the game for ourselves. So my one hope for Square Enix is that if they do decide to, you know, show off all of the worlds before the release of the game, I hope that it is in very small portions. I don't want to feel like I've already seen a majority of the game before I actually end up playing it for myself. I thought what was interesting is he mentioned the fact that nowadays games can add content on after the fact through DLC content, so there's no need to hide any worlds. So that right there is apparently Tetsuya Nomura's reasoning behind, you know, obviously not hiding any of the worlds and to, of course, reveal them as we get closer to the release. Now, I mean, this is a fair enough excuse and a fair enough reason, sure, but I feel like more so the PR side of things, the public relations and the advertisement of the game is more so the reason as to perhaps why Square Enix would want to reveal all of the worlds, specifically looking at the Disney ones, before the release of the game. And speaking along the lines of DLC, Tetsuya Nomura actually spoke a little bit towards DLC content, and this is what he said. Nothing is set in stone, and I'm afraid we can't go into details, but I have told the team, just be prepared to be able to accommodate for something like that, Nomura said. We can't suddenly develop a system where we're accommodating for downloadable content, so it's not confirming or denying either way. But just so that the development team will be prepared, I have informed them of making the preparations. So yeah, you heard the man. As of right now, DLC is nor confirmed or denied for Kingdom Hearts. As of right now, Tetsuya Nomura doesn't really know whether DLC will be an actual thing for Kingdom Hearts 3, but what is good to know is he's actually let the Square Enix team know that if there is a time where we do come to the point where it's like, okay, we do want to create some DLC, then he's saying right here that the team is prepared to do exactly that. Now, DLC is always a very controversial topic when it comes to gaming, and has been for quite a few years, ever since it's entered the mainstream. My biggest fear with DLC is with developers, you know, taking away from the main product and putting those things into DLC packages, meaning that when the full game releases, essentially gamers don't get a full package, rather lots of different things are cut up and divided into DLC packs. Now, Square Enix don't really have a history of doing this, and especially when looking towards games like Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, and Dragon Quest. In terms of their Japanese games, DLC doesn't really take away too much from them. And so that's a really good thing going for us as of right now. I don't feel like Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be this game that we get, but we get it and then find out that it's extremely fragmented, bits of the story are ripped away, and we later on find out that those bits that were ripped away were chucked into DLC packs. I just don't feel like that's going to happen with Kingdom Hearts 3. And I feel as if, as of right now, a lot of people are probably against DLC for that exact reason, and if that is your reasoning behind, you know, Kingdom Hearts 3 not receiving DLC, then I totally understand where you're coming from. If they can make a separate sub-story as DLC content or mini-games or other cool little things, then in terms of that sort of stuff, I am totally fine with that. But please, for the love of God, Square Enix, if you guys do decide to do DLC content for Kingdom Hearts 3, do not take away from the overall product. But anyway guys, that is all the news and information for today. As you guys can tell, some pretty damn big stuff. Tetsuya Nomura apparently does have plans to reveal all of the worlds for Kingdom Hearts 3 by the time the game actually releases. Who knows when in 2018 Kingdom Hearts 3 will release, but of course they have up until December of 2018, which means somehow they're going to have to reveal all of the worlds between then. Oh my god, that's kind of exciting. However guys, hope you're having a fantastic day. In the comment section down below, let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions towards the news and information, and until next time guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.